It's being said that this is a great piece of investigative journalism. What is the problem?
What have they investigated? Is there any new fact that they've brought out? Is there any new truth that they claim to have invented? I mean, this is incredible. They are recycling, rehashing old allegations, old concoctions, and trying to recreate, almost bring alive the long dead and buried ghost of Gujarat riots in order to be a player in our domestic politics.
Trying to interfere in domestic politics.
The primary reason.
People who have lost their life in 2002 Gujarat riot.
Yes.
You have lost no one. Have you lost anyone?
I've never seen BBC giving
Tawseefur Rahman.
BBC,
yes.
I have lost people
sir, you are
in
telling
Kashmir.
this that this
has
is the kind of story
talked about
which has been
Kashmir
recreated?
genocide of Hindus? Has BBC
is this a story which is recreated?
ever
All those people who have died, all those who murdered, who have lost their son, those pregnant women from all the communities, they have lost their life. You think it's a story which has been recreated? This is a movie which is called Karma or Reincarnation. Sir, you can't be so harsh. This book is something which is coming out to be a truth.
You can't be so harsh.
You can go and ask those people who have suffered in Gujarat riot, whether they are Christians, Muslims or Hindus. Everyone has lost their life.
Single report on
and some people are telling, and I've heard.
Yes.
Some people are saying that just because Narendra Modi is the biggest prime minister and the best prime minister in the world, that's why they want to malign his image.
Single reportage, single interview, single documentary.
Sir, at least don't use such words where you are saying it's been recreated. Gujarat riot is not a myth.
Okay. Let's now talk about facts. Tawseefur Rahman, first of all, let's be clear that this documentary is not about the riots. This documentary is about Mr. Modi being responsible for the riots. And on that singular question, let's be very clear about it. This does not say 2002 riots. This documentary, Tawseefur Rahman, is India, the Modi question. And I can tell you this as somebody who's watched the whole thing, that it basically says the riots happened and Modi was responsible for it, actively abetted it, and even told people to go out and kill. Now that one premise has been singularly debunked by the Supreme Court of India. Then how are they making this assumption based on old facts which stand debunked, Mr. Rahman?
Padmaja, this is very straight. I understand this documentary is all about involvement of Modi. They are claiming, I understand. They have claimed this and they have narrated the whole story.
That is why it has been called out as agenda-driven propaganda. Because how are you calling it Modi's responsibility when the Supreme Court of India is saying that he had nothing to do with it?
I totally support this documentary. I have to support this documentary. And all the Indians who have lost their lives in 2002 Gujarat riot, they need to see this documentary.
You have to support the documentary which is not based on facts.
Tell me something. Why it has been banned?
Okay, you're saying I have to support it. Now I'm curious. And Rashmi Samant and Sushil Pandit will both listen to you. You're saying I have to support it. Why do you have to support it irrespective of fact?
Why not? You really think the current Prime Minister was not involved?
It doesn't matter.
I understand. I'm not going against the Supreme Court.
What matters is the Supreme Court of India thinks. And last I was told that the Supreme Court of India is independent right now only because the NJAC has been struck down. So NJAC is being opposed on the basis that Supreme Court is independent only because of NJAC not being there. So when this independent Supreme Court of India has said that Mr. Modi had nothing to do with it, then why would you want this documentary which contradicts that order to be watched and believed?
Then why? Okay, fine. If the current Prime Minister is totally clean, he's coming out of clean, and the Supreme Court also declared that he's clean, why BJP is scared now?
Why should anyone be scared?